Hey, Taurus, intuitive soul coach here with your October 2023 love and family reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway or even signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome. This is good for any placement of Taurus in your chart. Now, you received a bonus card as well, which I love. You have the Cardinal. This is about a message from Spirit. And as I was shuffling this, I'm getting here someone who may have a lot of German in their bloodline or may be from Germany. Maybe they served in Germany, but that's coming in strong. It could also be that someone around you, well, I'm getting father figure, but it can be anyone. It could be masculine energy or feminine, but I'm getting more of the masculine, where someone is very stubborn, possibly very set in their ways. It wouldn't surprise me to even see the King of Swords showing up here in your reading, because I am getting military as well. So in the past position, you have the Horse card. This is about needing freedom, getting yourself out of a situation that may have felt a little sticky. For some of you, you may have felt tied down, or you felt like you couldn't move, you couldn't breathe. Maybe someone maybe a King of Swords. Some of you could even be dealing with a Gemini or an air sign, Taurus. But I am getting here that you want a little bit more freedom and flexibility, but that strong stubbornness is holding the energy where it's unable to move. Now, in the present month of October, you have clarity here. You have the Owl, allowing you to see things that maybe you weren't able to see before. I'm getting this energy of you being able to see something about a person or something within yourself that was hidden to you, or you didn't have access to, or maybe you weren't able to see at that time for whatever reason. You're able to see something, and it's going to allow you to actually move forward in the near future. But it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. I mean, look at this climber. He is climbing. He's defying the odds here. He's climbing on the opposite side, and he's doing a great job. But I feel like it's not going to be easy in order for you to move forward, whatever that may look like for you. Because Spirit is telling you, you have what it takes. Listen, pay attention to the signs, the symbols, the messages that are coming in here for you, the songs on the radio, the animals. Pay attention to, oh goodness. Okay. They're showing me a bird hitting a window, So I feel like that bird will be okay, but that could be almost like a wake-up call here. Some of you may even feel like you're hitting your head against the wall at times, or you're coming to a point where you're able to finally see things clearly, because windows, you can see out, you can see in and out for the most part. And I feel for you here, Taurus, you're able to see things more clearly, but there could be a wake-up call or some sort of aha moment that comes in and shakes things up in order for you to have this freedom that you truly seek. Let's see what this is all about. All right, we're going to pull your Celtic cross. We'll get all cards out here on the board. Now, I'm getting here that some of you, you're not quite sure how to approach a person because they may be, again, a little stubborn, bullheaded, or may not listen to things. Oh, you're fighting with someone's little inner child. Okay, this has been showing up a lot lately, where when we are arguing with someone, sometimes it's important to see that they are arguing or coming from a place of their wounded inner child. So sometimes it's beneficial to be able to look at that person and see yourself fighting with, a 7-year-old. Maybe their trauma or their triggers had started at age 7, and maybe yours had started at age 5. And when the both of you get together, it's like a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old are arguing or fighting, or maybe you feel that way about a person. Let's just pull a last couple of cards here. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, you received another bonus card. Okay, the devil is in the hopes and fears, and then you are moving on from some sort of loss or grief in your final outcome. Okay, so the main energy here is the Five of Swords. So there's that conflict. And you can see here that these two are fighting in the kitchen. I mean, hopefully they don't pick up one of those swords, but you know, they're pointing fingers here. You can see here that she's pointing fingers. Now in the background, there is, you know, family here. And you see here the children are wounded. It's their own inner child that is fighting and arguing and feeling unlovable, feeling like they are not being seen, not being heard, not being valued or respected. And it stems from possibly something within childhood, someone needing to get the last word, right? Someone needing to be right here. So Five of Swords energy showing up for you. And this is what I was, again, getting in the beginning of your reading. This is about winning at all costs. And you may be saying, is it important to win or be right? Or is it important to do things in a new way where I can heal, this wounded child, or I can work on my own self? So some of you are really taking a look at where you're at in a relationship, if you are currently in one. For others of you, you're doing a lot of deep healing regarding maybe some of your own triggers as well, some inner child healing work. Okay, Five of Swords is also about knowing when to fight and when to walk away. Okay, if there are petty arguments that are taking place, because some of you feel like you're a little on edge at this time, I see that you are choosing what is worth fighting for and what is worth, you know, just kind of letting it rest. Because if you are dealing with someone who's a little bit bullheaded or a little bit stubborn, it's going to just end up in war. There's going to be a lot of that back and forth. But there is an opportunity here to get clear on why you fight or someone is fighting the way that they are, because you don't want to be in that energy of imbalance. You don't want to point fingers. You don't want to have to hear the argument. Some of you heard that a lot growing up, and it may feel, now bear with me here, it may feel comfortable in the sense of that's what you've always known, but really it's not comfortable. Even within the comfort zone doesn't mean that it's healthy, that it's, you know, that it's comforting, but it means that's what we are used to. So you're really taking a deep dive into the whys. Now the challenge for you is to break free from it with the Eight of Swords. If there's been a lot of arguing going on between you and someone close to you, it feels like you're imprisoned here. It feels like you can't get along. You're going against the grain. Everything that they see, that they do or say bothers you, and vice versa. Every little step that you make, you feel like you're walking on pins and needles or on eggshells, that you just can't feel like you break out of this cycle. It feels like you're in a self-imposed rerun of you know, Groundhog's Day, repeating the same cycle. But the good news is there's an out here happening. Why and how? Because you have clarity that the both of you are fighting from this inner child or this wounded ego here. And when you're able to see the other person as that wounded, you know, little girl or little boy, you're able to live and lead with more compassion. You're able to love yourself more. You're able to understand the whys. So whether you decide to work it out with a person here, I'm getting here fighting fairly, okay, instead of pointing fingers. Okay, because someone is getting very fed up, whether this is you or another person, someone is very fed up here and they want to move up or onward with a relationship. Okay, that's why you have the moving up. Some of you could even be moving out. Someone may have moved in. I feel like this person, they could live with you currently. There could be fighting over children placement, how you're treated by children. It could be someone else's child is in the mix here. Now, what's below you, Taurus? You have the Ten of Wands. You're carrying a lot, right? You're carrying a lot of these burdens. It feels like you have to do all this work on your own, right? You have to manage your time. You see there that she has a laptop and she has, you know, her calendar and she has the clock behind her and Post-its and sticky notes. You're trying to remember and do too many things on your own. That could be part of the fight. Maybe you just want a little bit of help. You want a little bit of support. For some of you, this is not even someone that you live with. You may have already separated from this person, and they could be the father or mother of a child here, and they're just not pulling their weight. And it feels like you are doing a lot of it on your own here. This is in the deep, deep past. So when this 10 of Wands comes up, I feel like you are working on how to release some of those burdens, because you may have been, and you may be quite independent, but you can also be a Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It with this 10 of Wands. Whether this is you attracting people that feel like they need fixing, or maybe you feel like you owe it to someone. Okay, because that can be a responsibility here. 10 of Wands feels like they carry a lot of responsibilities for other people, including themselves. But I also feel like you are working on ways to reduce stress and not feel so exhausted, trying to find more time in the day to take care of you, right? Try to unwind in healthy ways instead of any of that devil energy, which we do see here in your hopes and fears. So it's about indulgences, healthy ways to cope, healthy coping mechanisms is what I'm hearing here. Now, in the recent past, you have the Fool. You want to start a new beginning, and you may have given someone an opportunity, or you yourself have opened up, but you don't want to be fooled, right? You don't want to be fooled. You don't want to be foolish going into this. You don't want to come out looking like a fool. I feel like you're trying to do what you can to embrace the unknown, but it's like you're fighting here this battle, because sometimes even the Fool is that inner child as well, that he doesn't know how to do anything differently. Okay, so for a lot of you, I feel like, yes, there's a new beginning here that's opened up. You have the freedom right here to move. That's what the Fool wants. He wants the freedom to be able to go and take a step and embrace the unknown, and he'll deal with any of the challenges when he comes. But it's important to deal with those challenges even beforehand, so you don't repeat the same cycle. So you don't feel like you are, making a fool out of yourself or the situation. You may also think someone is immature. Okay. Someone may even think you're immature, but I feel like there could be a lot of clarity coming in around the heart. There's love here. I see love, but it doesn't have to be for this fighting, right? Nobody loves to be fighting, but you have the Page of Cups. So the love could be mutual love for a child, but it could also be a beginning in love. For those of you that just started seeing someone, it's important to work on some of the triggers, work on some of the abandonment issues or rejections, and not take everything personally that this person says or does, or if they don't respond to you right away. Don't get caught in your headspace with this 8 of Swords, because some of you at times may tend to self-sabotage, right? And that's why you have this new beginning being offered to you. Page of Cups. It's about you heading towards a new emotional experience of the heart. This is heart-centered energy here. It's lovely. You can see that cup, she's holding on to the cup here. The fish is leaping out. And instead of catching it, it's almost like she's looking in awe. She's being open to the possibilities here of love entering her world. And even if love comes in for a short time, or if it's here for a long time, love is love. We want to embrace it and hang on to as much as we can, of course. But it's important to let things flow freely. If that fish is, jumping out here, then it's important for you to let that fish kind of go where it needs to go, right? As they say, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's meant to be. Now, with this Page of Cups, I also feel that this is about childlike innocence. Instead of childlike wounding, which we see showing up, there's a sense of innocence here in this situation. Okay, there is a sense of love, just wanting to be loved, wanting to be valued, wanting to be seen, wanting to be appreciated, wanting to share your ideas and thoughts, right? Wanting to open up and tell someone what makes you happy, what lights you up, wanting to know about another person, wanting them to ask about you as well. Now, in the near future, you do have the 2 of Cups. It is showing up in reverse here. Now, wow. Oh, look at that. There's the cardinal sitting up here on this tree. So there could be a situation that you feel a little bit distant from, But Spirit is saying, pay attention. Look at that. You have the cardinal and you have the bluebird, which the bluebird can represent blues, right? The blues, blue feelings, or just feeling a little bit blue. But I feel it's important for you to open the heart bigger and more, because you have so much love to give, and there's a lot of love coming in here as well, but sometimes due to pain and sometimes due to the arguing, we stop it right here. So we don't let it in, we don't let it out. This Two of Cups is about an important partnership in your life. Maybe there is a situation that's unrequited. Maybe there's not enough to keep a situation going. For others of you, someone's not willing to let love in because of past trauma, because of rejection, because of separation, whatever reason. But you have this cardinal here saying, I feel it's red as well, and red's about the root chakra, but I feel like there could be some past situations that if you can open yourself up to, and if this is something that you want to move forward in with this person, it could last the distance. I mean, look at this. These two are beautiful. And yes, there is, adversity. Yes, maybe they've come from two different backgrounds here, but they can make this work if they choose, because this is one of those partnerships that is a soulmate, right? But if it's a time for you to free yourself, then you must listen. So whatever signs you are getting here, the energy is going to be the same, but the circumstance or situation will be different for each and every one of you. Then let something go is kind of what I'm hearing here. Let a turn of events happen the way that they're supposed to. If you feel like you're hanging on to something, right? Literally in the future, you have the climbing card. So if you feel like you're hanging on to something and it's just been a challenge, it may be best for you to let go, because I feel like the universe supports you. And when climbers, sometimes you see that climbers have that, rope on them, or if they fall, they're just going to kind of sit in suspension. I feel like you're supported if you let go. Okay. Some of you, it could be letting go of control. It could be letting go of anger. It could be letting go of the need to be right, or this could be someone else, vice versa. Please take it as it resonates. Now, Taurus, you're feeling a little bit depleted. You have the Empress, which is your energy. You share this with Libra, Venus. And this is all about you filling your own cup. When the Empress shows up in reverse, she could be neglecting her heart, neglecting herself, or neglecting a relationship, or she could be smothering it. Someone may feel like you're smothering or encroaching, you're overbearing. This can be an overbearing mother at times, not allowing their children to make mistakes or to fall and get up again without immediately, being right there hovering. For others of you, I feel like this Empress is about you filling your cup, because as they say, you can't pour from an empty cup. So whatever this is here, we want to get you in the upright position of the Empress. We want you to focus on healing that inner child. And you have a lot of inner child, children, pregnancy, birthing, fertility. You have a lot of that energy showing up here. So some of you are dealing with a lot of children, with immature people in your life, or just people that, are still growing, still learning, still evolving. And this could be you as well. But this Empress, I feel like you're a very, very good nurturer. You want to give someone all your love. Look at this. There's a million different, red energy around you, which I'm getting a lot of that root chakra. So some of you even could have hip issues at times, feet, ankles, toes, lower back region. That is something, if you're suffering at times from root chakra or the base chakra, it may be something you want to take a look at. I'm also getting here chiropractic. Okay, chiropractic, massage. I just heard here prenatal care. So some of you could be pregnant. Please take that as it resonates. Or you have a child who may be pregnant. Okay. Self-care is the name of the game for you, Taurus. It is important for you to treat yourself with love and unconditional kindness. Break free. Whatever this Eight of Swords is, I know it's easier said than done, but because you have the devil showing up in your energy or in your hopes and fears, I feel like you know what you need to do, but it's about doing it, because you have here the owl. you're getting clear on what you need to do. And sometimes the toughest part is making that first step or taking that first step. Let's take a look here. Because if you take that first step, it's going to flow and you're going to continue to receive signs and messages from spirit, because what's showing up in your environment is the 10 of Cups. This is beautiful. This is happy family, happy life, right? Happy wife, I just heard. Some of you, this is celebrating a birthday party. It's celebrating maybe a beach home. It could be a move. It is about you being able to do what you need to do for your family, for your loved ones, for your children if you have them. The 10 of Cups is all about serenity and good fortune. It's emotional wealth, deep affection. Some of you may have been in a situation where maybe you or someone around you was neglecting family due to work or due to immature actions or due to whatever it was here. Okay? But now there's a little bit more movement, and I do feel for a lot of you, this is a strengthening of a family unit. That's what you're moving up in. There could even be a family counseling, family moving in together. Okay, strengthening here. Now, I don't see a lot of... Oh, okay. This is very interesting. Please take it as it resonates. Someone may have moved out and then they moved back in. Okay, now I don't know. I feel like this is the same person, but it could be someone that had already lived with you before, had moved out, okay, and moved back in. I mean, it could be a child as well. Maybe you have a child that moved out, moved back in, maybe a family member as well, but I'm getting that here as well. Now, the hopes and fears, you have the Devil. And look at her. I mean, she has her whip. She has the handcuffs. There could be some obsessive energy. Oh, some of you, okay. Some of you, this could be a very passionate relationship at times, but it's almost like it runs on highs and lows, right? We've all read a book or watched a movie where it feels very, very enticing because it's forbidden. But we know it's not the best for us. But maybe we thrive off of the thrill. Okay, that's not for all of you, but for some of you. And remember what I said earlier about that comfort zone. If you come from a place where maybe your parents fought, maybe you grew up with a lot of ups and downs in the family dynamic, that could be something from childhood that at times you bring into current relationships. And it may be that thrill because that's what you are used to, what you've been accustomed to. Now, for others of you, I mean, the Devil can represent temptations, addictions, obsessions, fears, codependency, materialism. Now, it's time for you to reclaim your power to bring more balance in. Now, of course, if you like those highs and lows, I feel like you're going to continue doing that. But for some of you, you want stability. You want balance. You don't want to fight. You don't like those highs and lows. And now that we are in Aries North Node and Libra South Node, those lows are really getting put in our face for us to take a look at. Because Libra is all about balance, relationships, community, taking a look at how we treat ourselves, our worth, things of that nature. And so I feel like you're looking at these things and you're saying, do I want to keep doing this? Do I want to look at it from a different point of view? Can I break free from this? And I feel like you can, because there's the handcuffs. She's behind bars, but look she has the key on her neck. So you hold the key here, Taurus, to some big changes that are happening in your world. Now, your final outcome, you have the 5 of Cups partnered with the 3 of Wands. It may feel like a loss, okay? Some of you did go through a loss. It almost looks like she's at a funeral here. But it could be an ego death. It could be a death of, an old life. It could be that there is a separation here or even a divorce for some of you. But for others of you, you're grieving the old part of you. Right? Maybe the part of you that was a little bit more carefree or wild. There could be a piece of you that misses how someone used to treat you. And I feel like there is grief that needs to take place here with this 5 of Cups. In order for you to move forward, you must allow yourself to feel the disappointment, maybe the regret, and mourn a situation so you can move on. Don't allow yourself to sit in this space for too long. For those of you where it's been maybe 10 years, of course, you can't put a time limit on certain things, but you know if you've been sitting in it for too long. You'll know. It's not up to me to tell you what the time frame is, but I feel like you'll know and you're ready. A lot of you are ready. You have the Three of Wands showing up right after this. So some of you, someone may have moved on from you quite quickly, and that may have hurt you as well. You may have seen someone move on. I feel like that's a common thing sometimes, where another person may move on quite quickly, and we're wondering, were we worth anything in this relationship, or how could they be seeing someone else so quickly? Now, that may not be the case for all of you, but I do feel that it's okay for you to grieve and go through this process and allow yourself here to move forward, because the Three of Wands is a beautiful energy. You see that she's in a new city here. And I know we were getting strong German energy. Did I mention that in the beginning? Germany. But I'm also getting here Italy. So Italy, someone could be Italian, okay, or maybe they're moving to Italy here, or Germany, of course. But the Three of Wands, she has this map and she's looking out. So this is a new space, a new city. For some of you, you could have a child that is moving to a new place, and you may be grieving the loss of not having that child in the same home, the same town, the same city. So there is a little bit of a bittersweet energy of having this new beginning, but it doesn't mean that you can be happy for someone and still be grieving. Okay, so I do feel for a lot of you, this Three of Wands is, allowing someone to go out there and live, to allow someone to go out and explore. And that someone, Taurus, could be you. It's important for you to take the next steps. Wow, this is a different, unique, beautiful energy here showing up for you. Now let's take a look. We're going to get a message from the crystal spirits and see what the relationship message is for you, or the family or love dynamic. What do we have, please, for Taurus? All right, we're going to go with Seraphos Green Quartz. Some of you may be 50 years old. You may be in a 5-year personal year, or maybe you're a 5 life path. Now behind it, we do have carnelian, and then we have hematite as well. So grounding, that'll help with that root chakra. And then we do have carnelian, one of my personal favorites. It can really help with grief or loss, depression, anxiety, things of that nature. That kind of get stuck in that sacral chakra as well, and bring more pleasure into one's life. And then we have green, Seraphos Green Quartz. That's the one we're going to read today. Card 50, 50. 5 could mean something to you as well. 555. Someone may have a 5 in their age as well, or in the year that they were born. All right, what do we have here for Taurus? Life on life's terms, joie de vivre, and acceptance of our place in the world. This is about heaven on earth. What is meant to be will be. And the relationship message for you, Taurus, is this. The rigidity you felt when pushing for what you desired is absent now, as you are coming to accept that what is cannot be changed, at least not yet. This moment must be experienced exactly as it is, so that you may see your relationships with clarity. Being honest about what you can change and what you can't is a big step towards co-creating what you desire and deserve. So be present. Let the tears flow, and rest assured that the universe is your ally. There is far more love coming your way than you can even begin to imagine. Powerful energy. Now, Seraphos Green Quartz, it's a type of quartz only found on the island of Seraphos, Greece. It grows in odd shapes. Often resembles plant life. This beautiful crystal can be used for healing the physical body, opening the heart, and connecting to nature and all of life. So some of you would really benefit at this time from getting out in nature, maybe planting, okay, whether it's actual plants, it could be flowers, herbs, getting your hands dirty, grounding your energy here. So Seraphos Green Quartz, all about that heart chakra. That is what I have for you, Taurus. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most, and it certainly helps the channel grow. If you're vibing with the energy here on the channel and haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much for tuning in today, Taurus. Lots of love.